Transport yourself back to the psychotherapy office of iconic humanistic psychologist Carl Rogers in the 1950s. This pioneering maverick developed an innovative therapeutic approach focused on clients actualizing their potential by rediscovering their true selves. Rogers articulated profound insights about how people frequently lose touch with their authentic identity. A distressing incongruity arises between the public persona we present and our private inner world, resulting in discontentment and anxiety. Maintaining a facade merely to conform to societal expectations often suppresses our genuine feelings and aspirations. According to Rogers, adopting external conditions of worth rather than following our internal compass leads individuals to feel alienated from themselves. So how can one rediscover their latent spirit and flow? Rogers prescribed a radical method to realign clients with their intrinsic core. By providing 6 essential relational conditions, the therapist facilitates this transformational self-reconnection. First, client and therapist establish psychological contact and a trusting working alliance. Sitting amid Rogers' serene, plant-filled office as gentle music plays, one feels totally safe and seen. This emotionally attuned environment incubates vulnerability. The therapist exudes an energy of complete presence, embodying compassion. Their tranquil aura immediately puts one at ease. Next, the client explores their incongruences, which underlie distress. Perhaps buried talents or unacceptable desires contradict society's standards, provoking inner turmoil. With the therapist's gentle guidance, the client carefully investigates this painful disconnect between social conditioning and innate dispositions. The therapist's questions illuminate hidden internal conflicts. The therapist models presence, compassion, and integrity. They relate to the client transparently, mindfully accepting their own feelings. This authenticity and harmony enables the client to actualize their potential for candor and growth. The therapist's equilibrium fosters a climate where the client can bloom. At the heart of Rogers' approach is the therapist offering unconditional positive regard. They prize the client wholly without judgment, as if beholding an innocent newborn babe. This total affirmation of the client's innate wholeness, however socially unconventional, instills self-trust. The therapist's loving respect permeates the room, validating the client's inherent value. With this non-attached acceptance, the therapist can practice empathic understanding, sensitively comprehending the client's worldview. When describing dreams or memories, the therapist validates the underlying meanings and themes. This attuned mirroring illuminates the client's experience. The therapist intently listens on many levels, sensing unspoken currents. As the client internalizes the unwavering positive regard and empathic resonance, their defensive posture softens. They open to growth and actualization, realigning with their inner truth. By relaxing the distorting constraints of external conditions of worth, the client recovers their unique direction. The therapist's care awakens self-care within the client. Thus, through Rogers' revolutionary methods, we can shed limiting roles and reconnect with our essential nature. Immersed in radical compassion and understanding, we transcend facades. Our intrinsic creative energies reawaken. Integrating all aspects of ourselves, we find flow. We reclaim our birthright of inner peace. The impacts of Carl Rogers' person-centered therapy continue to be felt today. His insights about self-actualization, empathy, and the client-therapist relationship laid the groundwork for humanistic psychology. While later models have built on his foundations, the principles of unconditional positive regard and empathic listening remain relevant. By creating a safe space for self-exploration, we help others and ourselves unlock authentic well-being. Rogers' approach was considered revolutionary in its time, as earlier psychoanalytic frameworks focused more on diagnosing patients' pathologies and treating them. In contrast, Rogers valued entering the client's internal frame of reference with openness and compassion. His core conditions encourage us to connect to others in a profoundly human way. In our diverse, fast-paced modern society, Rogers' teachings remind us of the transformative power of presence. Truly listening and seeking to understand beyond surface levels can work wonders. When people feel deeply felt by another, walls come down. Judgment dissolves. We touch our shared humanity. While the terminology of conditions of worth and incongruence may sound outdated, the wounds they address are timeless. We all filter parts of ourselves to fit in. We harbor shame, doubts, and dreams beneath our social veneers. By reflecting back the wholeness in others, we help them integrate the full spectrum of their experience. They can relax into their innate perfection. So in your relationships, bring more empathy, more unconditional positive regard. Suspend your projections and be fully present. Let your light help awaken the light in others. Know that by loving, you allow love. By understanding, you cultivate understanding. As Rogers modeled, in healing others we heal ourselves. We are all in this together.